Morning, guys. Rick Shaw here on the 27th of February 2022. And we got some cloud cover over the mountain again. Yesterday we had some pretty good rain, and then Mark was heading on back on his scoot, and he ran into some rain. We texted him late. Took him quite a while to get home. I guess he ran into some pretty heavy rain.
Are you going for a walk?
Yeah, just a little short one. And but pretty good. I was talking to a buddy of mine in Germany, and he gave me some news that Belarus just told Russia that they could deploy nukes on their ground there. So that was something. But I still don't get what's going on over there. There was one of the postings was somebody living there saying that what they're seeing on the social media of this war it's not really happening like they're showing you. And we're starting to see, crisis actors where they're actually putting makeup blood on them and stuff like that, and having them lay there. There was another video where they supposedly was a dead person, and then when the cameras pulled away, somebody had their phone out, and the guy got up and was laughing. So I think a lot of this is, this I truly believe this is a huge wag the dog. They know that they've been using that area for as a big laundromat. They send all this money out. Biden wants to send them $350 million. What's that payoff for? You know what I mean? It's what it seems to me that it would be like a payoff. So we don't really know what's going on. But there was another person. I put some stuff on Telegram. Another person was filming. Now you don't know what day it is when they were filming, but it looked pretty quiet over there. They're showing planes smashing. They did catch a lot of videos where they're showing bombings and stuff, and there was somebody compiled a bunch of them where they went back in time and found that exact same stock photo of them shooting a missile into a building, and it was one that they used in 2018. They found some from 2016, exact same stuff. One of the media sites, they were actually using a video game to show them shooting at a jet. It was all and CGI stuff. So really weird. Just really weird and strange. But we're doing good. We did have a really good visit with our buddy Mark. Always nice to have him around. Got to see his beautiful machine. Since I was looking at Harleys, I had a Buell, loved it, and then I had a Dynafet Bob that I souped up. But that bike he's got, it's a good looking machine. I like the fact that it's only got the single shock in the back, and I didn't sit it on or anything like that, but it looks like it's when he was on it. He's a pretty big dude, and he was sitting on it. It did not seem to go down too much, but great highway cruisers. I did a trip one time after I got mine broke in with the blower and everything. I didn't have the nitrous. I had it armed, but I never used it on the trip. And I was cruising. I went all the way from like LA, way out to Flagstaff, all the way up to Las Vegas, and made a big turn, a big sweep around. It was right around 1,000 miles. I did it in only about 10 hours. I was cruising on the highway, doing about 130. I had one of these young engineers that worked in one of the labs where I was made me a radar jammer for front and back, little emitter on it, and I really didn't see that many cops or anything like that. I had really good lights on the bike. I upgraded the high beam light so I could see way far ahead, and that was a great machine for being on the highway. So, and it got it did pretty good even with the blower running. It was good on fuel and everything. Hello.
You ready for that light?
There you go. Okay. You okay? Okay. Yeah. So, but there's another one. Oh, look at that. They're getting her fixed up. Getting the floor and tiles in. Lots of stuff going on around here with the houses. This one, the people were here yesterday, but they're not actually going to fully move in yet. they had them run some power from that little box right there, so they could have some lights last night. And it's still here. It's still here. We got to get the kids to watch out for that. That's how they did ours for a while until the electric company came. But they're doing, they're up and going. You can see the small wire they put in these houses. That's like a number 8. That's all that is. And this one here, they used yellow and white. There's no neutral or anything like that. There's no ground. Nothing. This is how they do it here. This is basically what they do. You can see it coming out of the ground there. There's no ground rod. Now mine, when we were doing ours, I specifically asked for a ground rod. Now it wasn't on the bill, but they just, we ain't gonna put it in, screw them. They could have charged for that. The convid, if it wouldn't have been for the convid happening, I would have been here every day. I wanted to come here and live real close by, and then I could come here and make it. But my wife didn't want to move at the time, leave all her friends and family, and it's not that far for us to go there. But the convid made it so that we couldn't even get here hardly at all. And the times we did come, it was a real hassle when they said, "Oh yeah, we're breaking ground." We come out here and find out they cut the grass. So that was for us. That was getting kind of tough, to keep making trips. But I wanted to be out here and watch what they were doing and get what I wanted. I wanted to get a few things, make it nice. But I didn't get a lot of stuff. I know over there at the new house over there, they didn't have any water pressure upstairs. Ours is real low again. So it's just going to be an up and down roller coaster with that, which is kind of a bummer. We had our little puppy yesterday when Mark was here. She wasn't she was more in a nervous growl with him, because it was unusual for somebody just to come popping right in the house. But he was pretty slick with her, and he just kind of ignored her. And then it wasn't long. She was laying next to him and being real mellow with him, and he was petting her up, so she got really good. But we had our propane man here. I actually had to put her in the house, close the door. For some reason, she just did not. Her hairs came up, her whole back, from her tail all the way to her shoulders. Her hairs were up, and I was afraid she was going to just go on the attack. She was darting around, really barking, and I don't know, something maybe about a smell or something, but she didn't. she just didn't like him. I didn't get that, but she is our dog. She's going to protect us. I can really see that. I can really see that we're not going to have to worry about too much. She loves the kids. I think she's partial to Moo than the other ones, and because she always liked to sleep with them. But she stays in the house with us. We don't. She's not an outside dog. And she's just our pup, and she's watchful. She'll even get up. I'll see her late at night. She'll pop up and she'll be looking out the window if somebody's cruising by. She doesn't barking at them. She's just watching them, seeing what the heck they're doing. But there she is. She stays with me when we walk, when Faye walks, and even when the kids walk, she goes with them. The one lady down there, the little store down there, said, "Oh, we don't want you bringing the dogs. It makes her dogs bark." Well, I went down there. It doesn't matter if it's the dogs there or not. When people come there, their dogs just start barking. So I was like, "Lady, this what this dog is for. She's to go with the kids whenever they go somewhere. She ain't gonna let a snake come by, or like when that lizard was going, she was after him." And I was telling Mark yesterday when I was on the bike the one day, I kicked it up to 40 kilometers per hour. She was running beside us at 30 and barking and just staying with us, and then I zoomed it up to 40, and that knocked her barking off, and she went into this beautiful stride and just stayed with us at 40. I was, this is a 4.5-month-old dog. I wonder how fast she's going to run when she gets big. I think she's got some greyhound in her. but she's good. We all took a ride with Mark to the gate. He was real sweet to let Maddie ride on it with him. And they're calling it the Thunder Bike. because it's got a great sound. Harleys always did have a great sound. I remember years ago they were trying to patent the sound coming out of them. But what they do when their coil fires off, it fires both plugs at the same time, whether it's on the firing stroke or not. So you get that potato sound out of them. And mine, when I had the blower on it, I had Bassani exhaust on there, 2-in-1 Bassani, and I went for it for the lightweight, and it still had some pretty good backup. I didn't like it real loud. I never liked the loud bike, and it sounded great. And his bike, it sounded good. I know when he was coming up the street, he was just coming easy, but I caught that Harley sound. I was like, oh, there he is. My wife's going, no, I think that's a truck. She thought it was a truck. No, he was trucking though. But he had wet weather. I'm glad he still made it. And beautiful bike. And guys up, there were some guys saying, oh, would he ship the Harley in? No, there's Harley dealerships here now, and I think there's more than one now. I know years ago they put one in Manila. And then Mark said, no, he didn't get his at the Manila. He looked at him there, but he went to Greenfield. I always forget the name of that town. Same place I got the Piaggio. It's kind of high end up there. They got the Lotus dealer. They got all kinds of stuff going on in that area. It's much more high end. And but you don't see them around here. But he was saying some of the people, there was a Harley owners group, and there's like 138 of them that go for rides, but they pretty much head north. One thing when you go out of Manila, if you head north, and I've done this before in the past, it just seems so much cleaner. The resorts are nicer. It's a little bit more expensive. And you get into some of these old, especially when you go way north, and you run into some beautiful stuff. And it seems like everybody heads south. They want to go south, and they go to the southern islands and all that. But if you want to really check out some beautiful places, plan a month-long or longer cruise just around north of Manila. Maybe head up the west coast and then cruise all the way up to the top of Luzon, and then come back on the east coast and just drive. The roads aren't too bad. There's some beautiful old Spanish towns up there. You just would be amazed. It's and they don't really seem to promote those areas so much, that I've seen. I know they got the Baguio and all these places like that, but it's really beautiful up there. There's some places here. I would venture to say here in the Philippines, there's some of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, they got some beautiful places. I had a friend that was down in Mindanao, and instead of being like where Davao City was, way on the east side, this was way on the left, right along the coast. And she was down there on her vacation. She asked if she could have a month off of work, and yeah, we sure let her have it. The girl worked for like 2 years straight, never took a single day off, never missed. I said, and I was talking about, come on, let her have it. And boy, she sent back some of the most beautiful pictures. They have caves there, and with the stalagmites and stalactites and all this stuff, it looked really cool. She took a lot of pictures of the forests, and you'd just be surprised. You wouldn't. I would have never known there were places like that in the Philippines if they wouldn't have shown me. But that would be a place I would like to go. We want to start getting back out and traveling. This COVID restrictions they're strangling us, and it sucks. It really sucks. Now I'm seeing in the States, they want to do this jab pass thing for, even in the red states, there's different states are pushing for that, where you're going to have that. Why they keep pushing for this? They keep pushing for this stuff. I just saw Dr. Fella, and I put it on Facebook. I'm restricted on Facebook. They're not putting anything out. I saw it when I was looking to try to find the thing, but on the Al Gore Beaks one, and they oh, you're restricted, because you posted this, and that. They haven't cut me off, but they don't like the stuff I'm posting. Well, this one doctor, he's saying we're seeing these numbers that he said out of newborns where the parent had the jab, and it's not happening in the other ones where the parents had the jab. He said these kids are coming in with heart troubles. and all kinds of things. And then he talks to a lot of the other doctors, and they're saying they're seeing stuff in men, impotence and all kinds of problems, heart, just clots and all this stuff. And they're still pushing this thing. And now when you see on the news, they keep talking about, you do this, you get a clot, and you play sports, you're going to get a clot, and you smoke, you're going to get a clot, and they keep saying this. But how come they're not saying you get this thing that they're trying to coerce you into, and they're not saying that's causing it? Oh, it can't be that, because if it was that, you wouldn't be taking it. See? And that's just what's got me. They just keep pushing it. Now here, you look at these centers that they're having just for this thing, and there's lots of people going in there yet. They're just, yeah, sure, I'm going to go ahead. And that's if that's their bag and everything. But now they got the Star Trek phaser one here, and that seems to be one that's really causing a problem. Now, who knows? Who knows how it's going to work? But here, when somebody passes away, you might not know what it's from ever. I had a buddy that his wife passed away, and she was over a certain age, so it wasn't a mandatory autopsy. But he wanted to know. He was like, hey, she just went up to bed, and then when I came up later, boom, she's gone. He wanted to know, so he actually paid for one, and found out she had a brain bleed. It was a brain bleed real close to the cortex or something, and that shut her off. But here, they're not, unless they think it's a crime or something, then they'll send the police out. But they just don't. A lot of people, he died of a heart attack. Yeah? Did he really? You don't know here, because they don't. It's not like the Western world where they're going to find out. And the cops are really good here and stuff, but I think they're overwhelmed. I just saw a number here that 99% of the murders never get solved. Now there's people who do confessions and stuff and stuff like that, but the ones that are actively investigated, it's like 99%. And I watched that one fella. I put it in the description in one of the videos before, and he is right. Here in this country, when it comes to if somebody wants to do you in, $100 will do it. That's just how it goes. We knew a fella. He was the mechanic, and he borrowed some money from some dudes, and he didn't pay him back. They kept saying, hey, you got to pay me back. And it was like for $20,000 or something like that. And then he's riding home on his motorbike, and a couple guys on the back of a bike pulled up behind him, popped him in the head, and they took off, and nobody's seen nothing. Nobody knows nothing. And will that ever get found who did it? Nope. But I'll bet you those guys on the bike, they split $100. That's just how it goes. It's just the way it goes. There's my beautiful Dolly.
With my tail.
You got a red tail, huh? Okay. Well, we're gonna go ahead and close this one off. Just a heck of a day. We got a little bit of a breeze. I wore the fuzzy muff because it's a little bit breezy. And what you gonna say, beautiful Dolly?
Don't forget to pray for each other. This is Rick Job. Bye-bye.
Yep, and there's the puppy too. Puppy says high five. High five.
High five.
Okay.